offering their services to are going to be looking out for. And this is exactly why we are here this evening, and we are going to, try to demystify some of those things as much as we can, so that when next you're shooting that application, you're doing it with extra, you know, extra dose of confidence. So the first thing your employers are looking for is relevant skills and experience, right? Um, for the people who are just joining, my name is Victor Kelechi Kingsley, and I'm the founder and CEO of DEXA. We've put together this community webinar to be able to teach you a few tips on how you can find remote tech jobs after learning your skill, right? So let me quickly jump into this. The first thing they're looking for is relevant skills and experience. So employers are seeking freelancers who have proven expertise in the required field. So this is often demonstrated through a strong portfolio, relevant work history, and specific skills listed in the freelancer's profile. So when you've signed up on Upwork and you're about to, apply for jobs, one of the things they're looking out for is they want to be sure that you have the skills and experiences that they are looking for. So let's say someone is going to hire a virtual assistant. That person wants to be sure that as a virtual assistant, you have the relevant skills and experiences that they need from whoever they want to hire in order to ensure that they are going to be able to deliver quality service. And the only way you can demonstrate that you do have these skills is through your portfolio. So you must have a strong portfolio when you're signing up on Upwork. Ensure that all of your work history, right, all of the things you've been able to, of the experiences you've gathered, you can present them in your portfolio, which is in your freelancer's profile on Upwork. It could be on Fiverr, but we are focusing on Upwork now. So you need to make sure this is intact. And then you might be wondering, if you're just starting out, so how are you expected to already have a portfolio or work history? We are going to cover all of that and how you can even quickly start getting jobs even without having experience, right? So those are part of the things we are going to cover in this particular training, correct? So that is one. Secondly, employers are looking out for positive reviews and feedback. A high job success score, JSS, and positive client testimonials are critical. So whenever you do jobs for someone, please ensure that they give you testimonials on your Upwork profile. Employers are looking for this. The first thing they do when you send in a proposal for a job, the first things they do is, go and check what other people you've worked with are saying about you, right? They're going to check what people that you've done jobs for in the past are saying about you, what their story of you is, and if they can bear the experiences these people have had with you. So these are just part of the things those employers are going to be looking out for. Nobody's going to hire you blindly, right? So this is just one of the things they're going to be looking out for. Okay, employers look for freelancers with a track record of satisfied clients, which signals reliability, professionalism, and quality work. So even if you've not gotten a job on Upwork before, Upwork has a feature where you can send, you can impute people's emails, and Upwork will ask them to leave you a testimonial. So these are some of the things you can explore. There are deeper things you're going to talk about, but I'm just, giving you a glimpse of what employers look out for when they're hiring on Upwork. And this report is from Upwork themselves, right? So we did research. We spoke to people that we gathered information from people that hire and from Upwork themselves, and these are part of what they have released to the public, which we added to this slide to ensure that we are giving you what is the truth. So the next thing they look for also is a professional profile. You need to complete your profile. When you create an account on Upwork, the first thing you must do is to complete your Upwork profile. So they are looking for a complete, well-written profile with a professional picture, clear job title, and a compelling overview. Employers want to see that freelancers take their work seriously and can communicate it. So most people go about having half-baked information on their profile. Please don't do that. It's better you don't even have a profile than you have a profile that does not speak to the job you do. You must have a clear job title. Are you a web developer? Are you a virtual assistant? Are you a digital marketing for fashion startups? Are you an appointment scheduler? Your job title must be definite. Once someone looks at it, they should be able to tell what exactly it is you're doing. So employers are looking for a profile that is fairly professional, right? Then the next thing is tailored proposals. Employers appreciate proposals that are customized to their project rather than generic responses. So when you see jobs on Upwork, you don't just go and um, apply randomly. Please, employers need to know that you thought it through, before, and that you were there to give exactly that. You were there to give, to speak to their problems. You don't you don't apply for jobs and everything your proposal is talking about is you. No, you don't do that. Your proposal is not about you. It's about um, it's about the client. So once you're applying to that Upwork job, ensure that everything you're going to put in your proposal speaks to the need of the client who has posted the job. By so doing, the person knows that you really did read their job opening, you understand what they are looking for, and that you are there as someone who can solve that problem for them. So the last one I have on my list is communication skill. Employers want to know that you have the ability to communicate clearly, promptly, and professionally. Again, you must communicate clearly, promptly, and professionally. Your communication must be clear. It must be immediate and it must be professional. So this includes, how well you as a freelancer articulate your proposals, respond to messages, and interact during interviews or initial discussions. They're looking at for all of these things. So they want to know you're someone they can relate with. They want to know you're someone they can, speak to. You get them, they get you, and you communicate on a professional level. If communication is broken, you wouldn't be able to, gain value from whoever it is you're communicating with. So employers are heavy on this. Also, a lot of people rate people's capabilities on how well they can communicate. So if you can communicate properly, people already think, okay, this person should be up to the task. But you might have all the knowledge, but if your communication skill is poor, you would likely not get yourself anywhere. There's this illustration I always like. If you come to an office and there is a guy who is very qualified, his CV says so, his resume says so, um, you know, his experiences say so. And then there is another guy who doesn't really know what's up, but he can speak up for himself. When they both make presentations, the person who presents better would likely get the job, even if in their presentations it looks like they don't have experiences. You would agree with me that whoever is sitting down there trying to hire is most likely going to go for this person who could communicate well. While we were in school, some of us saw these things play out during our project presentations, where you've put everything together, you've done everything right, but when it was time to give up that presentation, you were not communicating what you thought you were going to communicate, and at the end of the day, you score lower because they feel you didn't do a great job. Meanwhile, your book is filled up a whole lot of things, but communication was where you got it all wrong, right? So that is something everybody needs to work on. If you have poor communication, if you have poor communication skills, you would need to really work on that so you can get more jobs. Okay. So the next thing is pricing and value for money. While this is not always a defining factor, pricing does matter. So employers are looking for a balance between cost and expertise, right? They might compare rates, but also consider what they are getting from that price. So if let's say you're offering a web development job, and that particular job, you're going to do it for you're going to do that particular job for $1,000, and someone else is doing that particular job for let's say $600. So employers are most likely going to compare. Why is this guy um charging it, and why is this guy charging 600? So they're going to review all of the things I've mentioned before: your job experiences, what your profile looks like, what people are saying about you, and then what you're offering in that $1,000. So employers want value for their money. They do want value for their money. So if someone is offering the same thing for $600, which you're offering for 1,000, and then they have um more features to what they are going to deliver, which is not available on yours, and then the their profile and all of the reviews there says that those people actually know the job really good. Employers are going to go for that person because they feel there's going to be more value for money. But on the other hand, if you who is accepting or who is charging $1,000 to do that particular job, do it and exceed what they were coming for. And the list of the things, the list of your deliverables, contain way more than the guy charging 600, then it's still value for money. Employer who knows what they are looking for would go for you. So that is where you have to strike that balance between cost and expertise. Don't don't charge overboard because you need to charge overboard. Charge because there is value following it, right? So finally, before we now get back to how to find jobs on Upwork and all of that, responsiveness. Quick response times to job posts and messages can be a sign of professionalism and commitment. Many employers prefer freelancers who are proactive in communication from the outset. A lot of employers are going to go for the guy um who respond quick. That is just the truth. A lot of employers are going to go for that guy who would likely be there to give prompt responses to what issues they are raising. So if they send you a message, let's say you submitted a proposal and they try to contact you, and in the process they couldn't even get to you, be rest assured that employer is not going to have confidence in working with you. So you must be responsive if you must work with some of these employers. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's quickly move on to why exactly we are here this evening. So we are going to talk about how you can find, apply, and secure jobs faster on Upwork, even if you are a novice, right? So before I continue on this, just like a normal routine, we are going to confirm the quality of the audio one more time from your end, right? So we are dropping a message again on the channel. Please let us know how the audio is and how it has been. All right, so we've dropped a message on the channel. That is before I continue from here to the main thing. We're asking how the audio is on your end, right? So we appreciate your responses, and so we can fire on. All right, so the feedback is that the audio is great, right? Beautiful. So we are going to just fire down. I'll have to do that quickly so Blessing can come up. All right, so let's talk about how you can position yourself well so you can be able to find jobs, apply, and get them on Upwork. So first thing first, optimize your profile. Ensure your Upwork profile is 100% complete with a professional photo. Look, you don't take a selfie with an ITEL. This is not an ITEL slander, right? You don't take a selfie with an ITEL that doesn't have a clear enough picture, and then you take that same picture to Upwork. That disqualifies you as a candidate to begin with. If I am hiring and then someone whose profile picture, someone might ask, why are they even focusing on all of that? Is that what's necessary? Shouldn't my skill be more necessary than a simple profile picture? But that is just what it is. People judge you first on face value. It's just like seeing a beautiful woman. One of the things you notice before you get to know about her character, one of the things that comes to mind is how beautiful she is. your eyes eat first, right? So you must have a professional photo on your Upwork DP. This is not negotiable. Your Upwork DP and the picture you have should communicate that skill you're coming to offer. So you must have also a detailed overview. If you've not ever created an account on Upwork before, following up with some of these things might be difficult for you, but I would advise that you enabling things down, keep writing stuffs down so that at the end of the day, when you're creating your Upwork profile, you'll be able to relate all of this to the profile you're creating. Now, on your Upwork profile, there's somewhere that has your overview. So this overview is majorly a briefing about you and your skill. So your overview must be detailed. You must, include everything necessary on there so that whoever comes, to have a look at it, we you have relevant skills to match that service you claim to be offering. Again, if you're offering a certain service, ensure you have relevant skills to match the service you claim to be offering. You won't be into web designing and you know nothing about WordPress, right? You won't be into virtual assistants and you know nothing about appointment scheduling and some of those tasks that only virtual assistants can carry out, right? So you must do yourself that favor to understand and have the relevant skills that supports the fact that what you're there for is exactly what you're going to deliver. So that is that. Number two, you must specialize in a niche. You can't be everywhere. You can't be doing everything. Um, if you're everywhere and doing everything, you're just communicating to people that you probably do not know what you're doing or why you're on Upwork. So the best thing to do is to find a way to, niche down. I would always say this, one of the questions we've received from virtual assistant boot camps and people who, have taken the VA course is this. Most people don't understand what exactly doing a VA job is. Now, this is not about virtual assistant, but I'm just using VA as an instance. VA is broad. There's an administrative VA. There is this type of VA. There are VAs who specialize in, social media management. There are those who specialize in appointment scheduling, email management, email marketing, project management, and all of that. So you must find a way to, put yourself in a category. So even if you're not going to offer one thing, ensure that all of the things you're offering fall into a category. Because there are people who, when you niche down in a certain way, you kind of limit yourselves on the kind of jobs you can get. So if that is going to be the case, if you're not, there are two ways to niche down. You can niche down to just a singular thing. Let me use digital marketing instance. If you're someone who is into digital marketing and you're about to niche down, two ways to niche down is this: either you niche down as a meta art specialist, or you niche down as someone who does SEO, right? But if you want to now do group niching, where you don't just niche down to a particular thing and limit yourself from getting other jobs, you could just niche down completely as an ad specialist, or you can niche down completely as an e-commerce specialist. So all of this boil down to all of this are still categorized under digital marketing, correct? So you need to niche down. Niching down gives you focus. It gives you focus on a specific area where you excel. Specialization not only sets you apart, but it also makes it easier for clients to find you when they need specific skills. When you specialize, the clients who have the right fit for you will find you, and then you wouldn't have issues working with people that have reached out to you. So niching down is one of your best shots to to getting some of the work related issues of the page. Number three, craft compelling proposals. Now, the way Upwork works is this: when people have need to hire someone, they just come on Upwork and then they post a job on Upwork. So when these jobs, not just you, thousands, if not millions, of freelancers on Upwork also see these jobs, and then everybody starts hustling for this single job, right? So one of the things that sets you apart when you're applying for this job is the proposal you're going to submit. And I'm saying this with the assumption that your profile has been settled, your profile picture has been settled, your profile overview, your skills, your portfolio, all of that has been sorted. You've gotten reviews, you've gotten testimonials on your profile. You're still going to go to the point of how you can do all of that, right? You've gotten all of that settled out. Your next thing is your proposal. Proposals are like the bullets in your gun. When you don't have the right bullets in your gun, you can't kill that animal that you're aiming for, right? You can't be targeting an animal that is far away from you, and then you're using a short range bullet or a short range gun. So your proposal is like that bullet that gives the right effect when you shoot it out. So you must personalize each proposal to show that you understand the client's needs. Like we said before, avoid generic templates. Instead, tailor your proposal to the job description, highlighting how your expertise can solve that problem. So I'm going to talk about this place a lot. When you're submitting a proposal, right, it's just like marketing yourself. Most people just, go on telling the client, hi, my name is this and that. I am skilled in this and that. I've been able to do this and that. Some people write proposals and it's just all about themselves. The proposal is not about you, buddy. I know you're the freelancer, you're the star, you're the king of and lord of lords, you're the you're the ancient of days. But the proposal is not about you. It is about the person who has the problem. So because this is very important, most employers in their job post, they would say in your proposal that you should say this kind of thing. For example, they could say you should address them as Popo. They want to know you read to that point. So they're going to ask you to, for example, someone could say, start the proposal by saying, hi, Popo. Now, they are just saying this because they want to know, they want to be sure that you actually read that proposal. So this is why you personalize. And in personalizing, you address them by their names. Okay, I received a message on LinkedIn from someone who just graduated as a virtual assistant from I think ALX. So she was looking for where to intern, and then she wanted to intern with DEXA, right? Now she sent me a message on LinkedIn. That was on my private profile on LinkedIn, and she said, "Dear DEXA team," right? When I read Dear DEXA team, I felt, okay, this is probably not for me. That was the first feeling. Maybe it was coming to the company, definitely not to my office. But on the other hand, I believe in giving people chances. I believe in, letting everyone grow. On the other hand, I read her message and responded and then corrected her. You don't address me as DEXA team if you're sending messages to me. You address me as Victor or Kelechi. It has to be personalized. This is how employers think. If the message is not addressing their issue, if it's not addressing their need, if someone is looking for a virtual assistant and in their proposal, they've talked in their job post, they've talked about how they don't have time, how they're always busy, how they're running around and all of that. If you're somebody in tech, you're expected to pay attention to every detail. So in writing your proposal, you're going to focus on all of those things they've touched. If they've mentioned that they're always on different meetings per time, if they've mentioned that they have a really busy work schedule, if they mention that they don't have a proper work-life balance, all of those things, these are your cues. These are the things you must focus on while trying to address their issue. So clients are most likely going to hire that person who comes talking about their problems, not themselves. It's marketing, right? No company who wants to sell you a car comes shouting you should buy a car. I'm not sure you've seen adverts of luxury car companies. You might never see a Maserati advert. You might never see a Lamborghini advert. But these people are selling. How are they selling? They are speaking to the needs of these customers. They speak luxury because they know these customers are their target customers are looking for luxury, right? If I'm into real estate and I want to sell you a land, I am the last person who is going to come to you and start asking you to, we have a land at this location. Come and buy this land as you can. Let me speak like the random real estate guy. Okay, hello guys. We are currently at Tobacco right now. Behind me is a 10 plot of land that the owner wants. It's a family land that has a court case. They want to sell it off and it's going for a cheap price. That is bull crap. Nobody who has that amount of money is looking for all of those things you're saying, right? But if you start speaking about appreciation of that property, if you start speaking about what people should do when they want to buy a land. So if you're into real estate and you're creating real estate content and everything you say is come and buy land, nobody will listen to you. But the moment you pivot from trying to be salesy to trying to, educate people on what a full plot of land should be, the measurement, what an acre is, the document that must be in place before you buy a land, how fast the land is going to appreciate and all of that. When people can see you as an expert, they would likely trust you with their money. So this also applies to the client looking for, people to do jobs for them. So let's say someone has complained that their website keeps having a downtime, and then you come to their inbox submitting your proposal. You don't go all about, rambling and ranting how well you are, how you were the one that designed Nigeria's website and all of that. But if you can tell them, if you can start by educating them, what could be the possibilities of their website crashes, the cases you've handled, the possible issues, what can be done, and all of that. If that person sees you from the light of someone who has enough knowledge to help them, they would likely listen to you. So you must personalize that proposal to show that you understand, first of all, the problem, you understand their need, and then, that you're the right person to solve that. So I would have gone forward to, give you templates on how to write more like samples of proposals, but I'm going to skip that part. But of course, after this section, we would send out a template into the Telegram channel so that everyone can, have access to it and see what a proposal should look like, right? Let me take that again. I wouldn't be able to give you a proposal template right now of time. So after the entire session, we are going to send in a proposal template that you should look out for, or things you should look out for when writing a proposal, and then how it should look, an example of what a perfect winning and compelling Upwork proposal